I actually live in New York right now, which is where I work. I'm originally from Colorado, part of a military family, so I've lived all around. I was actually born in the South in Alabama. The Bach cantata, it's incredibly moving. Actually, Austin and I were discussing this over lunch because it is a very joyful text taken from the Gospel of Luke, very joyful, but it's set in a minor key, which adds some conflict to it. Why is it in a minor key? Why do we have this slow movement in the middle? It's almost like therapy. You honestly go through a lot of these emotions while singing this music. And for me to be able to perform this work, it's not only an honor to be back with Bourbon Baroque, but for me it's a very spiritual experience in order to share this with not only the instrumentalist, but also with the audience. I like Baroque because it's usually set with a smaller orchestra, and it's much more intimate. The sound of the instruments is very different. The performance practice is different, and I feel that there's far more expression that you can actually display in just the realm of Baroque itself. We can do these phenomenal flourishes, and you can also have these very tender and soft moments that aren't buried by an orchestra. The reason to use authentic instruments with authentic instrumentation, it's very important. First of all, the tuning. Depending on which style of Baroque, whether it be French or Italian, the tuning can be lower or it can be higher. So for the tessitura of the actual singer, we need to gauge whether or not we're going to be singing lower or higher, because that changes everything, especially when we get into the realm of coloratura, which are these passages of fast-moving notes. But as far as the actual performance and the historically influenced performance, the timbre of the instruments is just completely different. An instrument that's 200, 300 years old has an absolutely different resonance than something that was constructed 50 or 60 years ago. It sounds very strange, but even the varnish and the finish on a violin or a cello, it just changes the richness of that sound. It's a very different, being actually embedded in the orchestra as a performer and hearing these instruments play, it's an absolutely different experience than what you would have in front of a standard orchestra tuned at 440. After Saturday's concert, I'm back to New York, headed back to work. Audition season is upcoming, a lot of fun things on the plate, so I'm very excited.
So